Early in the growing season, the field is prepared, ready for the first perennial rootstock to be planted. As 2016 was the brewery's first year of growing, the white vine hop had to have a growing frame constructed, consisting of permanent poles, a wire frame and replaceable coir, and natural coconut husk twine. During March, the stringing process begins. This is undertaken by hand with the aid of a long pole called a monkey. The string is taken from a peg in the ground, close to the rootstock, up to hooks attached to the top wire frame, some 4 to 6 meters above the ground. From April, as the bines start to grow, they are tied or twiddled onto a bamboo cane. By June, the bine is starting to establish and is then trained onto its string and the cane removed. By the middle to end of July, the bine and leaf reach their full height and the laterals begin to grow outward. The hops first come in what's called a burr, then the flower or cone develops. It's the shortening of daylight hours that triggers the plant to produce burr and flower. The plant is 3 weeks in burr and 3 weeks in hop before reaching maturity. The harvest usually starts in early September and, depending on the variety grown and the size of farm, may continue into early October. Tall frame hop yards or gardens are harvested by cutting the whole bine, including the string, and taking it to the hop picking machine where the hop is separated from the bine. Once clean of leaf, the hops are checked and transferred into sacks ready for transportation to the hop kiln or oast to dry. Arguably, the most important aspect of hop farming is the drying. The drying room consists of a wooden slatted floor forming a heat vent covered by sacking. The sacking provides a barrier between the hops and slates and aids the removal of the hops to the packing room once they're dried. Hops contain over 80% moisture when picked, and in order to make them store, this is reduced to about 10%. Once the drying room is full, the hops are leveled and the room sealed, ready for the drying process. 2 oil burners are fired up, and the controlled heat they produce is blown through ducting to the slatted floor of the drying room. Meanwhile, the workforce have a well-deserved rest before removing the dried hops from the drying room to the packing room. This is the baling machine that compresses the hops into the airtight storage sacks. The hops are fed into the baler, where a piston makes several operations to finally fill the sack. They are then compressed into bales of approximately 2 kilograms in weight. Once full, the bale is sewn to ensure an airtight seal is achieved. Once sealed, the bale is lowered into the weighing and storage room below, ready for transportation to the brewery. To preserve the hops, the bales can be stored in cold store for 1 year. If vacuum packed, the bales can be cold stored for 2 years. If pelleted, they can be vacuum packed and cold stored for 5 years. During the winter months, known as the dormant period, growers complete a range of jobs including wirework and plough maintenance, liming the soil to provide the right pH balance, pest control and gapping up of dead, diseased plants. The tall hop gardens require the bines to be cut to the ground and disposed of. The hops from the Revival hop garden end up back at the Hogs Brewery, ready to be processed into its fine range of beers. After the brewing process, the beers are distributed to their wide network of pubs, clubs and restaurants.